I'm very, very honored to be here with you. Thank you for the invitation. Today, we're going to talk a little bit about what we've been doing in Genobank. We started in 2018, and this is a little bit of my story. This is because in 2017, my son was diagnosed with a rare disease, and I was already involved with the CryptoKitties as a user. So I got inspired because my son was diagnosed with Glanzmann thrombosthenia. It's affecting 2 of his genes. So we have a lot of hope in gene therapy because while it's known, and there are more than 10,000 now rare diseases, as you may know, there's no cure. So this is also a number that is known in the rare diseases space, because 7% of human population has a pathological mutation, and that is Mendelian, right? So if you have the mutation, you will have, or you will express the disease or the pathology. And these are also called orphan diseases, as you may know, because 94% of them do not have a treatment. And this is how DeSci can help, right? These are the main concerns that people have not to participate on clinical trials, right? Is basically 4 questions that in essence are lack of trust, right? Because we cannot blame the society or the participants. We have a lot of stories. The last decade is full of them, that Web2 companies have either sold our data or simply been hacked, and they leaked our data. This is the most recent one, is Ancestry DNA, sold to Blackstone, BlackRock, I believe, in $4.7 billion. Because our DNA data basically is their competitive advantage, right? So that's the main reason they sell it. So this is the main problem we are working. This is the inspiration for Genobank, to solve lack of trust, because this means no biosamples for researchers, right? Which is the main, let's say, declared limiter, right? Shortage in biosamples. This is the opportunity. The opportunity is huge. As parents, as individuals, we majorly we do agree on donating or sharing our biosamples and biodata for research, but we have to give detail, control, and consent mechanism. So in 2018, I wrote 3 patents. One is the individual DNA wallet, the other is a family vault, and the third one is a vending machine for Web3 DNA saliva kits, right? So it's a vending machine that will only use your wallet to register any biosample extraction kit, and you will be able to send it to any laboratory. So it's like kind of a universal testing kit idea. They're still pending. But in the meantime, I wrote a paper with Dr. Giselle Waters that is called Privacy Laws, Genomic Data, and Non-Fungible Tokens, and is very, very based on the GDPR's Article 7. We were fortunate. We will not only be published, it's a peer-reviewed publication, is the Journal of the British Blockchain Association, but we also were awarded as the best blockchain application in life sciences, and this was 2020. Then in 2021, this paper was selected as one of the 22 references in UK's national roadmap, blockchain roadmap toward 2030. So we are one of the reference there, or the paper, and we are very, very honored about that. And because we were I think the the first company or the first project to propose the idea to use NFTs to represent digital rights, right? So with this paper, I don't know if you have heard about William. William is the lead author of the ERC 721. He's a marvelous person. He's my friend, and he helped me to co-author the BioNFT, as we call it. BioNFTs was the first, and still the first, biosample consent NFT based on the ERC 721. And the main difference is that ownership is always locked, right? You will always own your biosamples, but you have permittees, right? It's a permission-based system. It's still working, and basically is just a variant of the ERC 721. This is the basic functionality about it, right? So once you tokenize the biosample, there's three claims, minimum three claims on this token. Is the identity in the blockchain of the laboratory that issues the kit or that is going to process your sample. Is going to be the identity of the custodian of your biosample. The second claim is the serial number of the tube or the kit. And the third claim is your identity, your anonymous wallet that will issue, the system will issue an NFT, and the consent NFT will be issued for the laboratory, right? I remember the GDPR is very based on consent, and this is a way to verify cryptographically which samples and which data sets are still active, right? Are not revoked. So we launched in 2020 the first kit with Somos Ancestría. Is an ancestry company based in California to serve the Mexican community. Basically, they have an interesting ancestry reporting map that will tell you if you have a pre-Hispanic ancestry, basically. Remember, in California, 1 out of 2 of the residents, we have a Mexican origin. I am Mexican myself, and this is a very dear project for me. So this is the kit has a QR code, and it registers, and the person will just send the kit without revealing their identity, and they will just receive the report, right? So then the pandemic came, and we launched what we call the lab NFTs. Lab NFTs are basically revocable credentials for laboratories that will allow them to issue certificates. So the governor of the state of Quintana Roo in Mexico City, where Cancun and Riviera Maya is, they call Genobank, say, hey, help us to tackle the big problem that we have with fake certificates, because even taxis were selling fake certificates for $40 to tourists, right? Let's remember, Cancun and Riviera Maya receives more than 6 million people as tourists. So we connected with 30 laboratories, and so far we've been protected. We have helped protect 324,000 biosamples. Now we have extended this functionality to 25 tests because we incorporated the HL7 protocol that comes directly from the machines that perform all these tests, right? We also launched last year the first paternity test that is verifiable on the Avalanche blockchain. We have more than 100 tests so far, and it's based on 25 DNA biomarkers. And if the resolution allows, if you like to scan this QR code, this is how maybe an authority or a judge, because these tests have a lot of legal implications and they are very, very prone to Photoshop. So this is the way you can verify the original copy, right? It has a lot of claims on it. That's why it's very populated. But it works for its purpose, because it's proof of provenance and proof of authenticity, right? Proof of authority. So this year we continue with Somos, and now we launched the first ancestry report using BioNFTs in the modality of compute over data in a Dockerized way. So in this way, once you have your data with Somos, you can run the algorithm without sharing the data with Somos, right? So if you only want to purchase their bioinformatic pipeline, we can do that now. It is not running on IPFS right now or any decentralized storage. We're working on it. It works on AWS. But the main thing is that this is like a vending machine for bioinformatic interpretations without sharing the data with the company, right? So it's still a lot of UX and UI is the one. The report is one in the right. Still not very pretty, but now it works and it saves the consumer they don't have to share the data with the company anymore. So this is what we're working next is using the ERC 4907 to enable people to rent their data. Is as you may know, the ERC 4907 is to receive like you can rent, because for us DNA is like the real state of biology, right? It doesn't change and it's unique. So I believe it's a suitable model. And then you'll be able to control the signed or the authorized copies again with BioNFTs. This is almost the end of the presentation. We also offer Metaverse for DNA researchers as a service. So this is very simple and very, like modest. But the idea is that they will have, hopefully, I mean, this is on Cypher.io, but this could be the room of a researcher, like talking to their donors and explaining to them what's the new paper that came thanks to their biosamples and biodata. Or this could be your family room full of your family or individual set of biosamples, and you can call researchers to help you out, to say, hey, I have a rare genetic disease, please come here, explore the data. You just need my consent, request the consent. And this is a new space, a new, obviously, collaboration space for research, right? And obviously the participants, again, are just avatar based, and their privacy is there. So so we have more, again, like 30 laboratories are using our protocol. We have 3 white label kits. Hopefully next year we'll go to 10 at least. And we charge a little bit less than $1 for all the NFTs. So it's very affordable because we work in Avalanche. I will leave you with 2 more slides because there's many trends that will say that 100 million humans will be sequenced in the next 7 to 8 years. So today it's not even 1 million. I'm talking about whole genome sequence. So it's the opportunity is huge. Now, Illumina has announced 200 cost per genome for 2023. And there are 5 national initiatives for newborn sequencing, right? Based on governments, Canada, United States, UK, Australia. So newborn sequencing is coming. So what we really need, and it was in the previous presentation, is property rights for genomic data, right? Is digital rights, or we need to encode privacy using NFTs, or at least this is what still be our thesis. And we will focus a lot, if somebody's interested, on getting to 1,000 privacy-preserving family genovaults, as we call them, that are controlled by mom and father and mother, or mother, depending on how is the configuration of the family. And we have called this project Baby-Seek NFTs. And basically, we want to give agency to parents about the genomes of their babies, right? So thank you very much. This is everything I have for you. I think we share this vision that the future, in order to democratize access for genomics, is decentralized. Obviously, I'm Mexican, so I'm very interested in diversity driven. So we have to encode that and try to incentivize diversity. Many talks I give, like, hey, let's look at the patient as a data partner, not as a data target. Certified data for AI is always needed, affordable, not speculative, because we've been very, very cautious of not launching an ERC20. Even we saw all the ICOs coming and going. We still don't need a token for the moment. There are plans, but we I believe, to grow the network first. And finally, the main objective of Genobank is to help save lives. If we know more about our genomics, we will be having more clinical genomics, and then better outcomes. Thank you very much. I really appreciate the opportunity to be here. There's my calendar. If you want to talk, I'll be more than happy to talk.
Incredible. Let's get a round of applause for Daniel.
Thank you.
We got to get you in for a full talk next time. That was super interesting. Thanks so much for that, Daniel.
No, thank you, Omar. I appreciate it.